Lego friends, and I am going to be making a video on the top 10 most people that I see in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. In Call of Duty Black Ops 3, these people that I have seen are the ones that are completely jerks, and just the ones that I've recognized. So let's just start off fittingly with the noob. The noob is a person who doesn't really know what they're doing, so they constantly are like trying to figure out how to do stuff, and so that they have the most weakest weapons and not a lot of good stuff. That's the most weakest stuff ever in the game, and they just don't have a lot of stuff to work on. And that's the number one. So let's get off with number two, and that is the just like the person that I fall under, the casual. It's like you sometimes get angry at it because if you get spawn killed multiple times, but most of the times you're fine. Most of the times you're like, it's just a game, not to be mad at it. But and those people are the good ones in this community. Those are the ones that actually try their best, and if they don't succeed, they brush it off. They're like, it's just a game. But then the next one, which is number 3, the try hard. This one is the worst one of all, because then they try to do everything to use. They use like overpowered stuff just to try to get weapons, just to try to win the game. Because this is not a game to them. It is a matter of life and death. And so they will do anything. They will be cheap completely, and they will just not do anything. They'll just do everything to annoy you and win. If they have to camp in one corner to win the game, then they will, even though they don't like it. And then the next one, number 4, is the one that I hate the most. Is the camper. The camper is the one that sits in one corner of the map the whole entire game and just waits for somebody to come by to snipe them. And they have a sniper rifle in close quarters combat, so it's the worst part about it, because then they miss most of the time and then they instantly get shot. Sometimes they end up killing your teammate or you, because you don't see them, because they usually choose the things that blend in with the environment. Like they usually choose either like dark like camos for their guns and dark camos for like their outfits. So you don't really see them that much when you walk into like a dark place. Well, then the next one is the spawn camper, which is the most annoying one. I really find it annoying, and most people find this one annoying, because he finds enjoyment in doing something, because he finds enjoyment of just like waiting for somebody to spawn in, and then he'll murder them because he can't do anything right in his life, and he has to resort to doing that. So he would just sit there in the spawns, even if his team is spawned there, until your team spawns at that specific location, and then he'll just murder them. I've seen this guy multiple times, and it is super annoying to be, because as I said, I'm a casual player, but then when you keep getting murdered by the same guy just when you're spawning and you have no chance to fight back, it gets very annoying and very anger inducing. Sorry, I did not have the speaking language under control. Okay, so that was number 5. Number 6 is the unmuted players. These are the ones that keep their microphone plugged in, and then they do not unplug it. They just keep it there so that if they make a slight bit of noise, it will just grab that noise and just replay it. And then the next one is the guy who plays this game way too often. This is the guy who gets like to level 500 or higher until the max level of 1000 and get all the good weapons and basically get all gold and diamond camo on all their weapons, because they play this game way too much. And they resort to forcing it onto other players that they suck, because they just keep using overpowered weapons against you and the other players, which is the most annoying thing. I'm trying to remember the other ones. And then number 6, it was actually 7, it's the stalker. The one who chooses to go after you only. he will ignore all your other teammates only to chase after you and then find you and murder you only. Now, this one is the most annoying because then they're just stalking you, waiting for you to mess up or do something to which you can see them, into which they can see you, and then they can get a shot on you and kill you. The next one is the slightly toned down stalker, the one that stalks you, but actually doesn't ignore all the other teammates. They actually go after the teammates, but when they find you, and they just chase after you. I met all these stalkers so many times. It is so annoying and so anger-inducing. Because you're just having to reach your lead clues trying to find an enemy to kill, and then they'll just automatically right behind you and murder you. The next one is the person who just hangs in like multiple different areas. These are not called campers. I think that they're just like the hanger-bys, because they move places a lot, but then they just sit in one corner, and then when they see somebody, they kill them and then run away, because they know that the enemy's gonna come by there, that same enemy's gonna know where they are. And I think that that's a pretty good idea, because you could just hide in one place and then murder a guy, then run away. But the next one. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see this series again. I have other different multiplayer games that I would like to do the series on. So give us a like if you want to see this series more. So yeah. Bye! I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl,